Hi everyone, this is Daisy here, aka Professional High Priestess. I hope everyone is well today. Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. I know you guys are waiting for the channeled message, and I'm gonna make sure I get that out. But I wanted to talk about this briefly because I just got back from the doctors with some interesting news. But before I get into that, I want to talk about dealing with spiritual attacks at work and how to handle that. Because I know a lot of y'all, you deal with when you're under a spiritual attack, you deal with so much bullshit and fuckery. It's really ridiculous, and sometimes it's hard to, especially because a lot of people, they don't really understand like spell work. They don't understand black magic. They don't think that it's real. They don't know that it's real, etc. And they just think that, oh, you're making shit up, or it's fanciful in your mind or whatnot. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story, and then also I'm going to have like concrete tools and tips that you all can use to deal with fuckery and bullshit when you're in the workplace. Let me actually just move into the shade a little bit over here. All right. So, whew, I know I've talked about this a little bit, but I'm gonna go into it in more detail, like later on down the road. But long story short, I had a female that I used to be friends with, and you guys know I do the work that I do outside of my YouTube channel. I work in public health. I started a public health tech platform, and I do like policy work here and there and whatnot, but really trying to like bring this type of understanding into like the public health space so that we can advance the work that we're doing for our communities. Because like a lot of our communities, the reason why this shit is going on is because we're in spiritual warfare, but those people that work in those systems, they don't get that. So anyways, I started doing this work when I was like 21, and by the time I was like 24, I was getting flown out to go speak. I had my own organization. I was working for myself. I was doing all the things that I needed to do to like keep on working. And then all of a sudden, shit just started blowing up out of nowhere. You're not gonna always be best friends with everyone. Not everyone's always gonna like you, but there's something about the way that the conflict started happening that I was like, there's something not right about this shit. Like literally overnight, everyone flipped on me. Everyone flipped on me. Like people that used to support me and help me, everyone flipped on me. And I started attracting karmics to my work, to my business, It even once got so bad that they were actually, I had a center that I had opened up where people could do events and we can do health stuff and all that type of stuff. They were coming to my center and putting spell work on my center. And how do I know? It's because we kept on having floods. Like the roof kept on leaking constantly. And I was just like, the only other time that happened was when I was still living with my mom and there was like spiritual attacks going and the roof had caved in and started leaking on a brand new house. So something was telling me like, yeah, this is spiritual attacks, and all kinds of bullshit and chaos and fuckery kept on going on. And when I was trying to work with my quote unquote friends, they were lazy. They didn't want to do anything. They just wanted to argue with one another and capitalize on my attention and shit like that. And literally like, it was so hard for me to just to like make money and make ends meet. And I would make okay money, but I live in the Bay Area, so it's expensive here. So I was like, you know what? I got to get, after the last episode where I was friends with one girl and I had to remove her from my organization because she was just messy and jealous and she was a hater. She started a smear campaign talking about oh, I gave her coconut oil. Like, this is the type of mental illness that I had to deal with constantly, every fucking day for like 3 years straight. Constant, because of the magic that they were doing. And this all came from one female that I told her, I was like, I'm distancing myself from you. I don't want to be cool with you because I don't want to be friends because she would always be trying to do magic on me, like energy harvesting, tapping into my thoughts, just fucking weird. No boundaries, no respect for anybody. She was the one that started it. She was going around like lying to people about me because I look good and I'm tall and stuff like that. So people automatically, they're already going to like prescribe like ill feelings towards you when you look good. And then on top of that, I work hard, and then I'm different on top of that. Like I don't do what everyone else wants to do. I don't want to fuck random people. I don't want to get blacked out drunk. I don't want to be a part of their parties. I don't want to be a part of their crew. That's the thing. Like I was very okay with being alone. And when you're okay with being alone, people hate that. When you're content with yourself, people fucking hate that. So she started going around like spreading gossip and lies and slander about me, playing the victim and stuff like that. And I just left it alone. I didn't know how far it was going. I didn't know she had actually organized a death ritual, right? And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. So I kept on having all this drama going on with my business and my center until after 2 years, I just closed the place and I was like, I can't deal with this bullshit anymore. So after I removed all my quote unquote friends from my organization, And then I got rid of the whole board of directors. Like I got rid of everyone. Like I'm telling you the honest to God truth. Literally overnight, I made $105,000 in contracts. Overnight, I was like, oh, this is okay, yeah. There was something definitely energetic about the people that I was having attached to me and the energy that they were bringing that was bringing me all this drama and chaos and conflict, you know. And I feel really like honored because I recently just went on YouTube and I saw one of my old videos pop up and I saw a lot of my subs commenting on there. And you know, I love my tarot channel, yes. But I also love like working with systems and that whole thing and getting into like planning and all that other stuff and like 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles energy. I'm a Virgo, so obviously that's where I want to be. And it was just constant, like obstacle after drama after chaos. And as a part of the magic that they were doing, they would actually go on my LinkedIn, they would go on my Facebook pages and my social media, and they would see the different like connections that I had with people that in positions of power or whatever, or they'd see the different organizations that I was affiliated with, and they'd put conflict magic and conflict spells. Yeah. And this female that was doing this, they went so as far as like she was putting glamour spells on people to make herself look good and get connections and stuff like that. I didn't need glamour spells. I naturally was like, people just naturally liked me because I was nice and I worked well and I had good ideas and I put in the work and all that type of stuff and I was a team player. And then I started attracting all these crazy ass older women that were like slandering me, spreading gossip and lies about me. And one particular incident that had happened was there was this white man who claims to be all about racial justice or whatever the fuck, whatever. And you know, he was very, very sexual with me. And my thing also was like, you know, I can't really blame him because like sexual chocolate, it's not my fault. But at the same time too, if you claim to be about racial justice, stuff like that, you can't be crossing my boundaries like that as a black woman. And when I bring it to your attention, start playing mind games and gaslighting and all this shit. Aquarius moon. Anyways, he had a black woman attached to him. And I had told her about what was going on because she claimed to be about women's justice and women's rights and stuff like that. Do you know what this lady did? Do you know that she actually went and put conflict magic? Because she liked him. I didn't know that. She put conflict magic between us and she was putting love spells on him for him to like fuck with her and stuff like that. Because she sick puppy shit. Like this is the type of shit that people really get into, y'all. I'm telling you the honest to God truth. She was putting whole fucking spells on this man and conflict spells between us. And you know, the funny thing is this is before I was like really, really deep into the spiritual warfare. I kept on having dreams and I was like, what is this dreams about? Like about this man. I was like, what the fuck is this about? Coming to find out years later, it was her doing magic. It all came out. So you see how things that are done in the dark come to light? It all came out. Anyways, she was going around lying about me, gossiping about me. She was even texting him, pretending to be me, sending naked pictures that were not even my body. Like, my body is very distinctive. Like, and because I'm tall, my butt sits hella high, like a pigeon with the tail. So people know my body is. That's why I was like, okay, like this is fucking weird. It just got out of control and crazy. I didn't know that it was magic. The shit kept on going. I kept on attracting a series of quote unquote friends. Karmic females who, when they couldn't control me and I separated myself, they started using spell work on me, gossiping and lying and all that type of shit. Now, common sense will tell you if there's multiple bitches like being super disloyal, like they'll go and gain information about a person, pretend to be their friend, and then go and vomit their business or even go as far as exaggerating and lies out in the street. Common sense should tell you that there's something wrong with these females because, you know, when you work hard and when you're established, you know, as a true divine feminine, divine masculine, you know, people who are of a high vibration, people are going to be jealous of you. You're going to attract haters. And when these females can't compete, they try to ride after your coattails. And when they can't do that, well, I might as well try to destroy her type of shit. So this female, she went so as far as trying to then, she organized a death ritual. It backfired and killed 2 people. But you want to know the craziest thing is, like, she did this because, well, if Daisy's working hard and she has energy, then people are not going to want to work with me and they're going to think that I'm this or I'm that. And so this is like the mind of a glutton. This is how sick people get with this mental illness shit. I was getting sick all the time. I was having random ass like accidents. Random ass like expensive, like I have to cash out like $500 for something hella random, and that was money I wanted to put into my business. I was attracting like hella karmic ass energies in my life. I kept on attracting these toxic ass fucking men that would like play with me and like they knew that they liked me or whatnot, and like when I set boundaries with them, they'd go around and like lie on me. And you guys know, like in you know, if you guys study like karmic astrology, your 6th house, your 12th house, and your Saturn sign will tell you, like, thank you so much for the super chat. like the karmic people that are going to come towards me. Every single last one of these people that were causing all this drama, Sagittarius, Gemini, Aquarius. Every single last one of them. You know when I knew something was off? I attracted 3 men in a row. Mind you, I didn't touch on none of these men. Don't mess with them. I was never after them like that. They were lying on me, saying that they had sex with me. All kinds of shit was popping off. I was looking into their birth chart because then I started to get hip. I was like, something's not right here. All of them, every single last one of them had Aries, Taurus, Aquarius mixed in their chart. I was like, okay, this is spell work. I didn't know how far that it was going into a death ritual that she was casting. So I was always getting sick. Then I was getting lethargic all the time, so I couldn't work. And then it was just like something was like slowing me down. And I'm not the type of person to be depressed. Like I'm happy-go-lucky. I'm a Libra moon. And you know, Leos, we're always like, we're chipper. We're on the up and up, fire signs. But I just noticed that I felt like it wasn't my energy. Like I would be happy, I'd be working, I'd be moving. And then like, something would just like be so heavy on my energy field. Like, it felt like there was like a fog or smoke all around me. And I was like, what is this? Come to find out it was a death ritual that they were doing. This was all over competition. All over competition in a career. They basically try to jump me with black magic. Basically. So after, the shit came out, because now, like, the female that did this, though, this is why I tell you, you got to let people hate themselves. She was also trying to harvest my energy so that she can use it to manifest for herself. Because, like, they were getting divinations on me. They were getting readings on me. They knew that I was going to be successful in my career and all that other stuff. And, like, they were literally, like, spiritually raping me of my energy. That's what they were doing with this magic. Trying to rip my spirit out of my liver, out of my solar plexus chakra. So, the funny thing is, like, I was always kind of talking about like what was going on with my health here and there, like about my stomach issues, and like I was feeling lethargic and all these other different things. Well, in May, I went to the doctors to go get tests, to go get a series of tests, right? And my doctor diagnosed me with some blood disorder. Yeah, a blood disorder, y'all. And this blood disorder, it strangles oxygen flow to the organs, causing long-term damage, and it strangles oxygen to the nervous system, causing neuropathy and nerve damage. And my doctor was like, kind of like my doctor's been knowing me for a while, and she was like, Daisy, what's going on with you? Like, have you been drinking a lot lately? And I was like, I don't drink at all. Because she was saying that this blood disorder is categorized by people who drink at least 4 to 5 times a day. At least 4 to 5 fucking times a day, y'all. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to mental illness and magic. This is like when I say like you're not dealing with human beings, you're dealing with demons in the flesh. This is how serious people went. And she really thought that what she was gonna do was cause a bunch of drama, try to disgrace my name, and then I would like pass away, and then people will be like, oh, good. This is the type of mind that these women have. All over competition and jealousy. And if you see this person that caused this, you will be like, oh my God. You instantly can see it. You instantly see it. I'm not even gonna get into the whole glamour spell because that's a whole other level, but everyone's starting to see now. Another thing about this disease that they diagnosed me with is it deactivates proteins and enzymes in the gut, which leads to Crohn's disease. So now my doctor, I just actually got off the phone with my doctor, and he was talking to me because I got another series of tests ran recently because when all this spiritual warfare bullshit started happening with this man who basically had a professional contract with the organization, and his karmic started doing black magic on me and all kinds of shit. I was like, okay, you know what? I knew that it was going to lead to something. So I was just going to the doctor, constantly going to the doctor to get tests and stuff like that. And they've been tracking me. And my doctor's like, this is impossible for this to happen in less than 6 months. Impossible. She was like, you would have to drink 4 to 5 times hard liquor every day for the past 6 months for you to develop this blood disorder, where it basically it also, a part of this blood disorder is it enlarges my blood cells too and deactivates and makes them insufficient. So you guys know that if you study medical astrology, Virgo rules over the liver and also the digestive system. You see what I'm talking about? But also too, the liver as well as the spleen, which is a part of the digestive system, they create and clean blood. So then my doctor was also telling me, we did some tests, and they told me that I also have an enlarged spleen. So this is all from the blood magic and the energy harvesting rituals that this female was trying to do out of jealousy, y'all. And you know, some people be like, you're crazy, you're lying, that's not real. But these medical tests, the medical tests said everything. The medical test said everything. And the funny thing is, it's like, I know my ancestors protected me from a lot because, like I said, 2 people passed away from some crazy rare cancers. Now all of a sudden I'm getting rare blood disorders, right? But the thing is here, I went through a lot of drama. I did go through a lot of chaos, but I held my head up through all of it, and I knew at the end of the day, like, I was gonna have a breakthrough. I knew it. And I knew for a fact, like, once I found out about the blood ritual and the people that I passed behind that and all the other shit that was connected to that, I was like, I already knew for a fact that this female, like, I was like, nah, absolutely not. The ancestors are gonna have at it with her. Yeah, she's looking at least 8 to 15 years in prison now. Yeah, at least 8 to 15 years. That's why when I tell you about these karmics and this magic that they play with, and I'm telling you that you will be redeemed and everyone's gonna see the truth, don't even trip. I'm telling you, don't even trip. And everyone that spread my name, everyone that was a part of like the magic that they were like the karmics that were activated by the magic and shit like that, they were stealing from my business, plagiarizing my work. Other people were taking my work and getting money to do it. Meanwhile, I was scraping pennies and dollars like from my own personal money and the readings that I was doing to pay for my business and pay for the tech. Everyone is getting exposed now. Everyone. And that's why, like, even though it's fucked up that they did this to my health, I know I'm gonna be okay because I'm already like working at it and doing treatments and stuff like that. And this actually just is like a good thing for me to just get deeper with my studies and my healing practice and stuff like that. And I can really help other people who have chronic diseases understand what's going on through their birth chart, This shit gets really serious, y'all. This stuff, this jealousy shit, I'm telling you, this jealousy shit gets really real. Like this mental illness shit that these females run around with, I'm telling you. And now because they have access to magic and spell work, the shit's gonna get even worse. I'm telling you now, they're selling witch kits in Sephora. It's all over Instagram and Tumblr and Facebook pages. Just karmics getting access to fire, And now when we go to now that we're in the court case and stuff like that, the judge is gonna be like, okay, how did this happen? Because they've been trying to play it like, oh, she's crazy. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But remember the kidnapping tape, right? I told you about the kidnapping that they tried to do after I found out about the ritual and they couldn't do it anymore. They tried to kidnap me from my apartment. That's going to come out 2 different attempts. They're going to look at the medical records and see, okay, she's been going to the doctors like every few months and getting blood tests, and the blood tests have been progressively like getting worse and worse. Yeah, there's something not right here. And you want to know the craziest thing is, like, this is also how the ancestors work. Like, I've been hella craving to eat, to be drinking kombucha. Every single day I drink kombucha. I have hella bottles of kombucha in my fridge. And kombucha is probiotics, right? And a part of this blood disorder, it deactivates enzymes in your gut that lead to like Crohn's disease and celiac and stuff like that. So I was hella on the kombucha and I was hella on the probiotics and supplements and shit like that. So my doctor was like, okay, if you're doing, there's no way that you can be doing all this stuff with your health. And people know that I eat good, I'm healthy, I'm with my supplements and my herbalism and all that stuff. My doctor was like, there's no fucking way that this could happen in this amount of time with you doing all the things that you're doing. So now, like, they want to do like I said, bone marrow tests. They want to test me for like leukemia and all these other things, Crohn's disease and all the other stuff. And you know what? Like, whatever comes out, I know I'll be able to heal myself because, like I said, for me to be protected from all the death rituals and magic and spell work and demonic ass shit that they were sending my way, and for me to still be here and be okay and like happy and not crazy and not like doing any of the shit that they're doing, and I'm telling you, it's a miracle. It's truly a miracle. So that's like the story that I had in terms of like how to deal with spiritual attacks at work. But let me give you some concrete tools that you guys can use. Keep receipts, you guys, because people like to lie. People love lying. They like making shit up. They like making up stories. Keep receipts. Like when I was doing my, when I was going through what I was going through, everyone that came into my organization, everyone had NDAs because people were stealing my work and going out and trying to pass it off as theirs. But I got NDAs, right? Keep text messages, keep emails, like conversations that you feel like should be like that may be vital, record them, or at least after you talk to that person, follow up with an email to say like, okay, this and this was discussed. So at least it's like on record. I have all of that, right? That's something that I made, it was kind of like, I made it like a routine to keep receipts. Don't deal with people lower than you. That's the mistake that I made with these females. All of them, they come from like sex trafficking or trafficking themselves and toxic ass relationships, unhealthy as fuck. They're all gluttons. They're all karmics. None of them are attractive, And my thing also too is some of you guys are like, Well, beauty is the eye of the beholder. Nah. When you see these, that's the craziest thing. That's why they had to go so far with everything that they did, because everyone would automatically know, looking at me, looking at them, what it was about. You know, don't deal with low vibrational people. Do not deal with low vibrational people. Like, once you, it doesn't matter how fun they are, all that stuff. Once you see that they engage in low vibrational shit, karmic shit, separate yourself instantly. And that's what I did. All these females, like, matter of fact, don't even get involved. Once you see it, just keep your distance. That's the mistake that I was making. I was being friends with all these low vibrational karmic women that were bringing hella drama and trauma into their life because of who they chose to be with in relationships, what they chose not to do with their health, what they chose to do with their body, and because of that, they were jealous. Don't deal with low vibrational people. Period. Separate yourself. Network wisely. You don't have to go to every single event, all those different type of things, you know, and you meeting all these different people and they're all up in your energy. And be careful who you tell your business ideas to as well. The stalking always starts when you separate yourself, because they're energy vampires. They like to eat off your energy. I guess the main thing was, like, I made good connections. People would support me and all this other stuff. So she felt like, well, if Daisy's getting all the connections, then I'm not going to get anything. So, like, this is like the mentality, the scarcity mentality, like the gluttony amongst these people. So they go and like, okay, we'll do a death ritual. We'll just murder her. And then I'll get all the resources. You see what I'm talking about? Distance yourself at the first hint of karmic energies. Like I said, be observant and use discernment. Be observant. Watch what people do. Watch what they say. The minute that you get hints, like when your intuition starts to tell you, like, separate yourself, leave this person alone. Listen to your intuition, y'all. Listen to your fucking intuition. That's gonna save you years, weeks, months of drama and chaos. Like, I had a whole bunch of people that I was that I let into my business and used my stuff, and I felt like, okay, well, I have a big team, like I'll be able to get the work done. Every single last one of them lied, they stole, they didn't come to meetings, they would come to work drunk, drama, fucking chaos, jealous hoes, like just mess. I even had one female, we had a meeting that it took us weeks to set up. She came to the meeting 2 weeks late, two hours late, and I was like, okay, well, we're almost done here. And she was talking about how she had let this man, she went and picked up a homeless man off the streets because she was lonely and she wanted someone to fuck. Went and picked up a homeless man out the streets, and she said that he had barricaded her in her apartment. This is what I'm talking about. Had I known that she was about that, I would never even have dealt with her. This is the type of shit I was talking about. Stay out of groups, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it hella real. Stay out of groups. And especially with these, like those of you who do spiritual work and these spiritual bitches, stay away from them. Because I'm telling you, the next thing that you know, you're in someone's freezer, you're in someone's jar, you're in something. Stay the fuck away from them. They're all karmics. All of them are karmics. Don't stay away from them spiritual groups, some spiritual whatever the fuck. And I know a lot of y'all can relate with that, because a lot of those of you who are part of those communities or whatever, those are the people that are gang stalking you now. Stay out of those groups. They're in a group for a reason. Stay out of those groups. Solo. I'm not saying don't have friends. Stay out of those groups. And yes, you can have like teammates and people that you work with, but also make sure that you're getting readings, divinations on the team members. Make sure you're reading your charts. I posted a video on my Patreon in terms of how to protect your business from spiritual attacks, and I went into details on this. So go ahead and watch that video, okay? Be okay with being alone and being different. You know, a lot of people used to attack me from the shit that because I was in a professional setting and I had all these politicians and shit like that on my page, and I'd be talking about spiritual attacks. I'll talk about the ancestors. I was talking about entities. I was talking about Babylon. I was talking about the underworlds, and I didn't give a fuck. And people would they talk about my social media and they'll say I was crazy, but it's the same shit that I'm talking about now. But you want to know the craziest thing is, all those females that were downing me, because literally it was just because I was spiritually in tune and I had high knowledge. All those females are now talking about my ancestors are Yoruba and I'm a descendant of these ancestors, and ancestors be a fence, and now they want to talk about energies and auras and shit like that. I started that wave. Yeah. Now all those females that were talking hella shit about me, trying to make it seem like I was crazy, they're all on my YouTube channel, stealing shit and going out, putting it into their public speaking, putting it into their Facebook groups, etc. Yeah. Now they want to talk about God after playing with black magic, gang stalking, slandering, defamation of character. You see what I'm talking about with these hoes? All of it is jealousy. And people see it. Ignore fuckery. Period. Like, straight up. If I even hit like a smell of like you're on some bullshit drama, I block people and I remove them from my organization. Period. Block and delete. Period. I don't have time for it. Ignore nonsense, y'all. Those are some of the tools and the tips that I have for if you're dealing with bullshit in the workplace. I know it gets deep, and I will say another thing too. When I say also keep receipts, make sure you're not sending people like especially if you're dating or something like that, and they're connected to karmics. Don't be sending people naked pictures or none of that shit. Don't be sending like sex tapes. Don't be doing that type of stuff in the professional setting. Be careful who you deal with. I would say honestly, like I would not sleep with anybody that's in the same industry as you. Period. Matter of fact, I don't even deal with motherfuckers in the same state as me. Everyone knows everybody. With these females, these quote unquote friends, yeah, be careful with all that shit. Be real careful with these females. Real careful. Don't tell them what you're doing. Don't tell them how you're getting it. I'm just gonna say that. They're by own loving ancestors. And the craziest thing is like, another thing that I will say, I know it gets hard because it's toxic and it's sickening when you're doing actually really good work, and then you got bitches that are like doing nothing but like, oh, let's go pass out sandwiches, getting hella money to do shit that people are already doing just because like they're friends with the people that got the money, or you're constantly trying to work and move, and the people who are like the gatekeepers are all karmics. They're jealous of your body, these women, or they're men that can't fuck or can't control you, so they try to ruin your reputation. It's hard. It is hard. But you want to know the craziest thing is, it's like, this experience really taught me that every dog has its day. Every dog has its day. Every dog has its day. And now with the female that started all this shit, she did such a good job of like making herself look like the victim and trying to say, oh, Daisy's lying and da 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 da. But now the medical records are going to prove everything that I've been saying has been true. Every single thing that I've been saying has been true. That's why I say you got to let them hang themselves. You got to let them dig their own grave. You want this shirt? Hey, Team Reptar. I got this on Fashion Nova. Yeah, I knew I was telling the truth, and I know what these hoes were doing. Yep. But glamour spells and putting blood in people's food wouldn't let them see the truth. Now the truth is coming out. Dear bright and loving ancestors, what messages do you have regarding spiritual warfare in the workplace? What messages do you have regarding spiritual warfare in the workplace? And everyone that sided with her, everyone that joined her, they're all getting karma right now too. And they're all about to be embarrassed and disgraced. This is the type of thing that these women do. Like this, you see what I'm talking about? They can't just they just can't let people be alone. They just can't not bother people. They have to imagine how sick you have to be to try to control someone's life to this point, only to destroy your own life in the process. You see what I'm talking about? That's karmics for you though. They don't want to focus on their own mental illness and their own shit. They want to focus on you and what you're doing because that's easier. Dear bright and loving ancestors, what messages do you have regarding spiritual attacks in the workplace? Spiritual attacks in the workplace. And I want you guys to go ahead and do that. How to poison a thief and how to poison a liar. Yeah. Because everything that they try to manifest off the energy harvesting rituals, all of it backfired. All of it was lost. All of it. All of it was lost. You got the Sisters of the Sun Rising. Ooh, this is a nice one. Sisters of the Sun Rising. Let's see what this says. These squirrels are dropping these acorns like, please be careful. You are a highly creative being with potential to help raise the vibration of consciousness on this planet through your creative projects, works, dreams, and hobbies. Wow. The power of collaboration, choosing to work with others in joint projects, allows for synergy to occur where you can grow stronger and become more than the sum of your individual parts, calling in great cosmic assistance and potency. You are guided to remain open to other souls joining forces with you, just like the Sisters of the Rising Sun that bring great energy to help humanity through the group endeavors. When you allow for aligned group effort, much that is wonderful can occur. Okay. Now, I did say learn how to work alone and avoid big groups. But I also feel what this is saying is for those of us who've been through this and hella chaos and trauma and shit like that, we're going to go into a point where we're going to get to go back into like collaborations and things like that, because now we have better discernment and we've raised our vibration and we've cleared out whatever entities are in our energy field that are making us attract like demonic, toxic, karmic people. So it says here, it is an important part of the spiritual journey to learn who you are and how you work, and often solitary work is a helpful way to do this. Yet there are times when you are strong enough to work with others without losing yourself or your unique approach to creative endeavors. Collaboration is suggested for you now. Wow. It says your collaborators may be spiritual guides. Interesting. Look, it says this oracle is also a guidance to remain true to yourself in collaborative efforts. You may be struggling between compromising and staying true to yourself, who you are, and how you work. Wow, you don't need to compromise. You need to honor your boundaries and the boundaries of others. Yes. Yes. I love this because you know another thing too, like what that we were talking about in terms of like when you're going through spiritual attacks, you need to like stand your fucking ground. Like, nah, absolutely not. Bitch, you're not gonna be doing spell work on me and think that you're gonna get away with it. You're not gonna be gossiping about me. You're not gonna lie on me. You're not gonna steal from me. Nah, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna put you on fucking blast. We're gonna call it out and you bring your receipts. That's another thing that I'm hearing too. Don't compromise. When these people are bullying you and attacking you, that's one of the things that amplified it for me. Like I didn't back down. These people felt like, well, we're in a position of power and we're in our careers. She should back down. I don't give a fuck. If you are the president of the United States, literally, I don't give a single fuck if you're the governor of California. I don't give a fuck if you're the president of a tech company, CEO of whatever, you run a multi-million-dollar organization, or if you have access to millions of dollars. I don't give a single fuck. You disrespect me, and you're gonna get what you deserve. Boundaries are gonna be set, period. That's one of the things too with these people. They expect you to bow down to them because they're, nah, hell nah. Like with the white man that I talked about earlier, he felt like he can just touch on my ass any type of way, like slide his dick across my behind, all kinds of shit just because I was younger. And he felt like, oh, well, I'm in a position of power. You should just bow down. I don't give a fuck who you are. I didn't give a fuck who their parents were. I don't care. If you do foul shit, then you're going to get held accountable. Period. Yes. When you feel happy with what you have specified, read it out loud and then fold it up and place it somewhere sacred. Perhaps in a journal, in your meditation space, or under a crystal. Give thanks for the guidance that led you to do this so that you'll be ready to receive. Write a letter about what kind of collaborations you might want to attract. This saying here too that this oracle indicates that in any relationship you have right now, there is healing taking place. And if you look for the win-win solution, you're going to find it there. So a lot of you guys that went through this gang stalking and this bullshit, you're going to be getting some, there's going to be some collaborations being healed. Like some of you guys may have been slandered. You may have lost a contract because of some bullshit. All of that is coming right back to you. All of it is coming back. Like I said, whatever you lost is going to be restored. Keep on doing those meditations, reclaiming your energy, and keep on doing the poisoning a liar and poisoning a thief. That shit does work. It fucking works. So anyways, y'all, straight to HR. I'm telling you, if you got HR at your business, oh my God, do that. Do that. Do that. I'm just reading your comments here. Yep, call them out. Have no fucking fear. Yeah, they feel like, oh, well, she's going to be the only one. Yes, and solo bolo. And in the truth. And eventually it's going to come out. And I'm telling you, like, this is the thing. When people play these type of games, especially when if you're protected, divinely protected, and you know you're a good person, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And for these karmics, that's what they don't understand. They feel like they can MacGyver and control and shit like that and stop the truth from coming out or continue to play victim when they're the aggressor. What ends up happening is like they only have two choices. They have the choice that they have is, do you want a 2.5 earthquake or do you want an 8.5 earthquake? Because either way, it's going to happen. You just have to dictate how bad the damage is going to be. That's literally where a lot of them are right now. So for those of you who dealt with karmics in the workplace, I may do a channeled message for you guys about that, like a reading to see what's going on for y'all. This is what is currently happening right now. They only have two choices. Either way, there's going to be damage because they have to pay for what they did. So anyways, y'all, that's what I had for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about this, please leave it in the comment box and I'll answer. Bye.